There we go.
And we wait.
We do indeed. Still waiting.
Here
There
we
we go.
go then, finally getting underway. Here in Bahrain, the 5-row lights are on ahead of the drivers, and we are now underway. And looks like Charlie's got a very good start. And the Hassel
Yes, it's got
Colden
even a better
is
one.
already in the slipstream. And here comes Jester down the inside, then challenging to turn one. They're going to go side by side. Charlie turns in aggressively, and Colden's going to try and go round the outside now as well, but he slots in behind, so Charlie does lead. Going down towards turn 4 we go. And it looks like Charlie's going to stay ahead. A lot of them going 3-4 abreast in the background. A lot of damage on the background. It looks like Unreal Salmon is our first retiree of this race, and this race hasn't lasted long very much at all. Only 3 corners by the looks of it, but it is Charlie who does stay ahead at the moment. And in behind, the Flying Lemon and Co are battling out for a load of positions. It looks like Cowan is struggling at the start. And Grumpy Orange as well has had a very good start. And Skull Killer has Russell going side by side. And it looks like Skull Killer has made a good start. And I think that is Scott in the Mercedes who's gone off. And the Flying Lemon has picked up a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with him. And Russell holds on for now. And he stays ahead in 8th place. But it is Charlie who stays ahead for now. And there's not much change at the front at the moment, Legend.
Oh yeah, I think just had a mistake going into turn 10 because he was much wider on the exit compared to Charlie, so yeah, almost opened the window up for Colden. But Colden has been massively under pressure by Moe behind.
Yeah, time screen is now going to start and do its best to try and throw us off. As Gareth speeds into the pit lane, it's obviously he's picked up damage, so he's going to be a long way back now. Unfortunate for a Flying Lemon, not a Flying Lemon, Unreal Salmon, but he obviously got caught up in some incident, or maybe he just couldn't get out of the way. But yeah, Cold and Pressure and Jester, but Jester's still keeping Charlie honest at the moment. But Charlie seems to be very comfortable at the moment out front.
Yep, holding his own.
Yeah, holding it seems to be better through turn 10 once again. But they're all just using their ERS at the moment, and they're trying to sort that all out. As the
Scaps is starting to form a bit.
Yeah, there's obviously, I think that's Cowan just trying to keep up with the pack behind, but Russell and Skull Killer
is a leading med runner.
He is at the moment on the mediums. Yellow flag, and that is a big crash by the looks of it. Oh, and Grumpy Orange and Cameron have come together. It's a virtual safety car. Will that be any more than a virtual safety car?
Yeah, that might change for a safety car, I don't know though.
That is, looks like what someone has spun, and someone's gone into them, as I think we saw that. I don't know if that was in Division 2 or Division 1, but
I think that was in Division 1. It has happened. It happened quite a lot in Division 1. But yeah, turn 12 is a very difficult corner this year's game. So
Baggy is spun under VSC.
Oh yeah, it's testing a lot of drivers' technique and setups. This turn 12.
Yeah, and well, 2-car crash. We have a virtual safety car, and it doesn't get upgraded to a safety car, so this will be ended in very soon. And who's going to get the best launch then? As Charlie slows right down just to Delta. Another 5-second time penalty for Flying Lemon, and Scott is not going to be very happy with him at all, because that's the second time that they've touched. So yeah, Scott is probably going to be raging at him right now. But we're underway once again.
Yep.
And who is looking good. Looks like Maxwell is struggling at the moment on this restart.
He's under pressure by Russell.
He's also underfueled as well, probably banking on a safety car at the moment. But yeah, Russell in the wheel tracks. Looks to be close. We'll keep an eye out front to see what's going on because they're all very close to each
Russell's
other.
got the DRS on Maxwell.
Yes, he does. Here comes Russell then. Looks like it's going to be an easy move at the moment. Maxwell is there. Oof, a little bit of contact. Almost. Or maybe there was. But Russell is ahead for now. Another yellow flag. And that is Gareth this time. As a Skull Killer
Another
already
time
gets
to our
past.
victim.
And Skull Killer does round the outside. And Maxwell's lost 2 positions at the moment. And he has to settle in behind. I think Sprightly lost out as well, but yes, it is Gareth who was spun. He's a long way back now, and the Flying Lemon comes into the pit lane. But yeah, Charlie is definitely not running away with this at the moment. Ben says Gregors and Skullkiller 1-2. Ferrari fanboy in the chat.
It still could happen.
It still could happen.
Both Ferrari drivers are going strong so far, so.
Yeah, a long way to go. Gregors is just trying to catch up to this train at the front. And Skull Killer is trying to make an impact on the mediums as early as he possibly can. But Charlie hasn't been able to pull away, so the more these guys battle, the easier it will be for Gregors to catch up to the DRS, and then maybe the easier it will be for Skull Killer on the mediums to catch up later on in the stint.
Yeah, more closer to Jester, but Jester's got the overall slipstream on Charlie because he has no DRS.
Ooh, he has a look. Lets him know he's there, and he's on his way. Russell and Skull Killer, meanwhile, side by side. Let's have a look further back, see what's going on. Looks like there's no moves offering in turn 4 for them at the front.
Oh no,
Skull Killer going to have another go. No, he doesn't in the end. And they're going to have to stay behind for now, but yeah, there is a long way to go. And I'm sure... Oof, Russell goes...
Almost runs in the back of Jester.
It is very close racing at the moment. Skull Killer is pushing Russell around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Put up Bowley to take a move down the pitch straight on Colden.
There's going to be some moves. So yellow flag, and that is Sprightly. Spinner.
Don't think he's picked up wing damage.
Managed to avoid the walls, but I've just missed while that's going on. Skull Killer gets past Russell. Russell may have made a mistake somewhere as he's dropping off and his tyres are... Well, he's going all over the place at the moment because they're almost trying to go 3 wide. Yellow flag again, and that's Baggy fan off once again.
Both Ferraris on the 3rd row of the grid.
Oh, here comes Colden, legend. As you said, he looked like going through. Jester's going to have a lunge. Oh, that would have been very Daniel Ricciardo-esque, but that was more of it looked like it was going to be.
Colden has to be careful that he doesn't make too much mistakes of his own, because Molly is there to pick up the pieces if he does make a mistake.
Yeah, Gregors has dropped off the back, by the way, as Maxwell gets past. Russell. Skull Killer goes a little bit deep, and he's got to watch out for Maxwell at the moment. And where's Russell going to go? And hopefully he goes alright. And he's holding it still at the moment. But yeah, the train at the front are pulling away from Gregors. And yeah, Gregors is about 4.5 seconds clear of his teammate at the moment. But I imagine Skull Killer will start to close in as the tyres start to go off very shortly.
He's catching slowly. But at the moment, Skull Killer is looking at a good chance in this race. Put himself in 3 of the soft runners, or ahead of 3 of the soft runners, should I say. So he's looking pretty strong.
He is. He's trying to get out of DRS. I think he's just... Looks like he's... I think he might have a look at Maxwell.
Yeah, I think he just got away with it, yeah.
Yeah, Maxwell doesn't have DRS, but let's go back on board with Jester. He's very close into the braking zone. Maxwell's going to be under pressure from Russell. So let's have a look.
Going for it.
He is going for it. He has got the position for now. Maxwell goes for the switchback. It's going to be a close run now down towards turn 4.
It's, there as well.
And it is Russell stays ahead for now, using the DRS to good effect. But yeah,
Sprightly pits.
Sprightly has pit very early on. As the pack is fairly spread out at the moment. Oh, there's some.
Cohen goes in deep.
So, Maxwell was a bit tentative on the brakes there, almost going to the back of Russell. And yeah, just has just dropped off the back of Charlie, but he should
Charlie's
just about. Yeah, he will get DRS, but
Charlie is. He will get DRS, but Charlie is.
he did pass the detection. Oh, Colin pits. Colin pits just as I'm on board with him. Gets it slowed down. Molly
Must be going on the hards as Colden.
So they've triggered the undercut by the looks of it.
Oh no, yeah, he's got on the mediums.
Oh, it's a two-stop then. You would have to say. Let's go Maxwell and Russell going at it again. Oh, it's Cowan. Loses the back end, but he's alright for now. All over the curb. Was Russell there? He's going to go inside, he's going to go outside. He's going to go down the inside. Oh,
they both
contact. And they carry on. They're still side by side, I think. There's oh, I think he's gone. Oh, he manages to save it, but he's lost time there. And he manages to keep it going, but he's lost out eventually to Maxwell and to Cowan as well. So it'll be interesting to see.
Caught back up to Charlie a bit.
Colden is going to catch up to Neelix, and he has to get past him quickly because Molly behind is in DRS range still after coming out the pits.
Yep,
yeah, just getting that
the these
range.
guys pit. No, these guys are staying out.
They're staying out. Looks like they're going for the one-stopper then. But yeah, we will see what happens. There's Jester looks like he's getting close, but not close enough just yet.
It might be the same thing about Cohen. I don't think Cohen might not be. Might be
flag.
Street.
And that is Scott off and has spun down in sector 2, turn 11. He's spun at. There's Russell and Bagafan do pit. No damage done to his car. Just his tyres will be very hot right now. But Cowan in behind Maxwell. And he stays behind for now and has to stay at the gearbox. As on board with Neelix, he has got a Colden and Molly behind him. This will be very good for the two front runners at the moment.
This Bunny's gone wide. He's gone deep into turn 10. Bunny has to be careful. He's burnt all of his ERS.
Yeah. Let's see. And Neelix is under pressure. I wonder if Neelix is going to... Oh, Colin goes wide. But I think...
Also,
at the moment... Go ahead.
Jester has also got 16% ERS, so he's been trying to keep it within
we have
the
a
ERS
spinner.
of Charlie.
Oh, Russell's out. Down at turn 12. And we had a spinner of a flying lemon, and it is a full safety car. And Colden got past Neelix. A flying lemon did spin down at the back as well at the same time. But at turn 12...
has gone for the one stop. He's on the hunt.
Yeah, and well, be a no-brainer to pit now.
Oh, if you were Charlie and Jester, what tyres would you go on, or would you even pit?
Got to be the hards from here, surely.
I would say the
But
hard, yeah.
I don't know.
Or they're gonna try and stretch their softs a bit because the safety car could help them stretch their softs.
But they're gonna pit. They have to pit on 9.5 odd softs. So we'll wait and see what they do. But it should be.
Sam says mediums to the end.
I honestly have no idea how long tyres will last from here. So
I don't
in
know
this
how
game,
much. I don't even know how much that some mediums can do by themselves.
I just assumed it'd be hard. So let's have a look. And that is
Oh yeah, Jesse goes for the mediums and Charlie
gone
goes for the softs.
So it is a 2-stop for
It's-
definite for Charlie. Interesting.
So Charlie definitely banking on
Bizarre
the safety car.
choice. Yeah, I think Charlie just wanted to make this race interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, you definitely expect him to pull up a gap from Jester.
Yeah, I'm not sure what goes through Charlie's head, but
A very, very interesting call Charlie has made here.
he's gonna have pace, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
a lot of people in
He's
chat are
gonna
saying
have to hope
mediums will make it.
He's gonna have to hope for some miracle, I think. Or he's gonna have to have pace like a god on the restart. But even then, you're not gonna pull out 2 seconds a lap before he pits again. So,
Yeah.
in more than 2 seconds a lap, he'll need like 2.5 seconds a lap, probably.
Well, I'm thinking that Charlie is trying to bank on a safety car.
I don't understand when he can go to the end. I
Yeah.
think I don't know what unless he's just listened to Jeff or something. And Jeff said, "Oh yeah, you do this."
Or yeah, or forgot to change his strategy. Off the softs to the mediums.
I don't know.
Very
I wonder
interesting.
if maybe Jeff just said, "Oh, this is the strategy," and he's changed it, and or he's accidentally changed the tyre the wrong way on his MFD.
It is fair to say that Karen has jumped Skull Killer as well from their pit stops.
He has so. The Flying Lemon has now got no 5-second time penalty next to his name. He's also going to be next to Scott on the restart. Yeah, he's also going to be next to Scott on the start, and I don't know what will be going through Scott's head at this point with a Flying Lemon behind him. But yeah, this is going to set us up probably for interesting finish.
It's definitely put a twist on it because obviously Charlie's gone for the sauce, so be interesting to see how long and what strategy he's going for those softs. But at the moment, it seems Jester is in favour to win the race due to the mediums supposed to last to the end now.
Yeah. Well, this is a bizarre choice from Charlie.
Indeed.
Whether it was through no fault of his own or not, somehow he's managed to select the softs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is a strategy all along, but if it was a safety car right on the pit window, really, for a one-stopper.
I mean, if he did select the wrong tyre, he did have a lot of time to select tyres. Because he was way past the pit lane towards the safety car come out. So.
Change that. We'll see. He'll probably say something afterwards of what happened, but yeah, interesting.
And we're just waiting for that flying lemon to catch up this
Yeah, I have to wait for him to.
conga line of cars.
Yeah, we will have to wait. But yes, we have, besides Charlie on the softs, we have Jester, Colden, Moley, Gregors, Maxwell, Baggy Fan, and the Flying Lemon on the mediums, and the rest are on the hards at the moment.
Flying lemon is now and just joined the lovely single file line.
Yes. So, safety car should be on this lap.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see what Charlie does with this, though. Because if he did make a mistake, is he going to try and push on this stint, try and give himself a gap? So he can filter in somewhere different and give him an extra chance of winning the race?
He's just going to have to go for it, to be honest. Yeah, that's all he can do, really. Let's see what happens. But yeah.
Just hopefully Time 12 doesn't claim any more victims.
If there's another safety car, then... So even if there's another safety car, well, you say that, but... The last thing he wants is a safety car within 2 laps of this safety car coming in. Yeah. That is the last thing he wants, because then he has to come in, obviously, and go all the way to the back, pretty much. So.
Yeah, he wants at least, probably looking at like lap 21 to 22. He wants the safety car. Maybe, because that's probably where his pit window is. Because he'd definitely have to pit again, because he's doing soft. So
yeah, but we are going to get underway shortly. When he's going to go, he's going now.
He's gone.
And looks like Colden's going to put Jester under pressure. He's going to go for a lunge down towards turn 1. Let's have a look on board. Oh, he backs out in the end, and Moley goes very deep on the brakes and somehow managed to avoid the back of Colden, but Colden goes deep, but the Maxwell and Bunny are going side by side, so Arcal and
he's going to have a good run on Colden.
He is going to have a good run here. And there's side by side in the background. It's almost 2 by 2, a little bit like Noah's Ark, and Moley gets all out of shape.
Yep.
And he just about gets ahead.
Gregor on the fresher mediums compared to these two.
He is at the moment. Will these two try and go to the end? They might as well have a go. But here comes Gregors, as you say, and he's looking this way and that at the moment. What can he do? New lease of life at the moment, and he's trying to have a look, but not yet. So he's pulled out of DRS range already. Has Charlie? As Coleman goes deep into turn 11.
Oh,
Gregor's all in the curve.
Yeah.
But it looks like Charlie's giving it some
slide has just knocks Gregor's confidence a bit going through the S's.
As at the moment, and Moley's trying to catch back up. There's the gap out front then. Past the slack for Charlie. It's 1.8 at the moment. But he needs a mammoth gap because he's going to come right at the back, and yeah, it's going to be like Hamilton in Monza 2020.
That's a Flying Lemon and Gareth, or Flying Lemon was early on the brakes compared to Gareth, and Scott managed to slip his around the outside as well, but picks up a 3-second penalty as well.
I say Hamilton in Monza 2020, it'd be like Hamilton in Hungary 2021 pitting, going all the way to the back.
Bunny's
Yeah.
off the track as well.
Oh, there we go. Baggy fan off.
He's managed to keep out of the wall,
8.
it looks like.
Yeah, now he's dropped to the back.
And
Let's have a look.
how much damage he's got. He won't give me a good camera angle to see if he's got wing damage or not.
Doesn't look like it.
No, he doesn't.
So then, gap out front 2.7 seconds. But yeah, he needs to be keeping this pace up for as long as he can. He's burning the ERS, and I don't know. I think his wheel might have failed, to be honest with you.
He doesn't have a wheel, he's on a controller.
I don't know. Something's failed.
Controller died.
I don't know. Does he have a flag? Just to leads the race. I was on board with him the whole time. And he's just gone straight on down at turn 14. And
was he still flat out or did he lift? Like, was it?
He just went straight down. It must have just. It's obviously. Mizzy said disconnect, but yeah, I was not expecting. I was just lost for words, to be honest.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand. What? That is confusing.
That has completely changed the outlook to this race because.
No, Jester's in control.
Jester's in control at the moment. Yeah, that is completely baffled.
That has just surprised me out of the ordinary. I've never Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Cowan and Bunny going side by side, while we figure out what's going on. And Maxwell's looking interested on the medium compound tyre. But yeah, that was an odd bit of action there.
Yeah.
But Charlie is now out of this race and will not be winning.
Going to make a move on Moley.
He certainly is. And watch out for Gregors.
Gregors is there, yeah.
Oh, he backs out.
Oh, is he just almost Sebastian Vettel's a knock-ons it?
Oh, Colden got a little bit out of shape there. Moley's going to be looking interested now, and this is going to help Jester out even more. Moley has a nose down the inside. Don't dangle your front wing in there too much. As Colden stays ahead. It's 1.7 seconds now. And Jester, who took ages to win his first ever race, and now he's on to win the first race of this season. But Colden has got some serious pace at the moment, and has Jester really got the ultimate pace? We'll have to wait and see, as he's getting hunted down now by Colden in the Haas. And is one of these drivers behind going to win here in Bahrain, or will Jester take the crown? It's going to be a grandstand finish.
I'm going to tell you something though. Both Ferraris are setting some good constructor points.
They are. Skullkiller hanging on the back. Colden
now on this train as well.
Colden just missing out on the DRS. How crucial will that be? We'll have to wait and see. Jester has been reeled in this lap, and Colden has really gone for it on the ERS.
Yeah.
He is absolutely.
Hopefully that doesn't punish him too much, as he seems to be a bit far ahead of Melody in this DRS straight. As he goes a bit deep to turn 1.
He's still going. It's Maxwell and Neelix going at it, and Maxwell is ahead for now. And Maxwell will fancy his chances of getting up into, well, maybe the top 6. But Bunny from the back of the grid, after readying up early and having been forced to the back in qualifying, has now made his way all the way up into the top 6. And is under pressure from Cowan and Maxwell as the flying lemon comes into the pit lane. And Colden still outside of DRS range. And it's just to breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah. Dodgy says Charlie said he lost all control of his car, whatever that means. Dodgy says Charlie heard a crackle in headset and lost all control of his car.
Oh, don't. Another Cody's glitch, don't tell me. Oh my god.
That's the most bizarre thing I've heard. I think Colden's just going to miss out once again. Yellow flag, and that is a flying lemon as a spinner. He's going again, but he's a long way back now. And I think Colden is really going to tell the tales. Russell has left the session. He is out of this race. Here comes Moldy then down towards turn 1. Is he going to go for a lunge? No, he backs out in the end. This is going to have to get spicy.
Not a great exit.
Colden really needs that DRS sooner rather than later. How much ERS has Jester got? 36%. Here comes Moldy down the inside.
As he goes in deep.
Lunge. Oh, he does.
This will open up Gregor's.
Yes, he will come, but he's not going to get there.
Oh, he goes a bit wide. Oh, is it
flat? Oh, it's a big crash.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. What's going on here then?
Is one of them spun and collected the other?
I don't know, unless they went 3 wide or something, or 2 went together, but yeah, that's interesting. I just saw their 3 dots down on the minimap and they're having a meeting. But as we were again, Bunny leads a train of Cowan, Maxwell and Neelix now, but Colden still outside of DRS range. Can Jester hold on for this long outside of DRS? Can Colden hang on for this long?
6 second gap to Bunny.
And Colden still does not have DRS, but Moldy is a long way back, and maybe Gregors fancies his chances here himself.
Well, if he doesn't get it this corner, he'll get it definitely towards turn 4.
He's gonna wait for now. But Colden should be able to breathe a sigh of relief as Maxwell and Cowan swap positions, and Maxwell on the medium compound tyres is up into 7th place, and he will go after SLR Bunny now.
Bunny has had a quiet race, it's fair to say to him.
Can you check DRS train ERS levels? Well, we'll start off with Jester, who's obviously is still out front, but he has got 40%. Then Colden, who trying to burn all of his ERS to get up to Jester, is now back up to 25. Moldy has saved his up quite a bit, and as Colden weaves down towards turn 11, and then Gregors on 44, and Skullkiller used a lot at the back of this train. He probably needs to start to save that a little bit more.
Gregors has messed up one of his lines in the S's, so he's a bit far off Moldy now.
Colden still does not have DRS.
This is going to play in the Skullkiller time, so
it will. Good
it's
exit.
Got a bit closer. Go against his teammate.
There we go then, down towards turn 1 again. And they're too far back.
Just as catching up to a Flying Lemon.
Let's hope a Flying Lemon gets out of the way of absolutely everybody in this train. As Maxwell and Bunny going side by side. Maxwell goes down the inside of turn 1, around the outside of turn 2, and he's ahead at turn 3, and he's going to be ahead at turn 4 as he has the DRS, and he is now up into the top 6. And if anything happens to the top 5, Maxwell will be licking his lips.
Yep.
And he'll be ready to take full advantage of any incident that does occur if he can just pull away now from Bunny. And he is up now into P6 and will try his best to get a move on. So then Colden and Moldy's tyres will start to go off, and that will be in Jester's mind, hopefully, but it's tantalisingly close to DRS at the moment.
It's when they do go off casual, because Gregors and Skullkiller are also on 9-lap mediums and hard, so
I think this is the time.
In a strong position right now.
I think this is the time, Legend. Oh, here we go. He has just about got there in the detection point. So finally, he's gone for it the whole time. Colden is in DRS range. But he's a long way back for now, but he's now going to coast up to the back, and he's poured
Just
himself
as
into this fight for
9
the win.
just has been burning his DRS to get out the DRS zone, but this might come back to bite him.
So flag.
As Scott has lost it in turn 12.
He's lost it down at turn 12, but that is it. Skullkiller's right on the back of his teammate, and
Now
his hard tyres.
Would you say team orders for Gregors and Skullkiller, or would you?
At the moment, Gregors is not really getting close.
As he's messed up
Gregors all over the
that
curb.
corner.
Gee, that was close. I think well, I don't know. I think Skullkiller needs to get waved by here, to be honest. We'll wait and see what happens. Cause
Well, if Gregors doesn't let him pass, he's already out the DRS zone. He just gets it, but next DRS rate he's not gonna have any.
he's not letting him go yet, which I'm very surprised at. But we'll see. Skullkiller at the moment will be fuming in the cockpit. But yeah, Colden has grabbed DRS again, and so has Gregors.
Still
Oh, has he?
no action.
He's just... Let's have a look then. On board with Skullkiller. Is this his chance? No DRS for Gregors.
Yeah.
He hasn't got much ERS to play with. He goes defensive, so there is no team orders down at Ferrari. They're going down towards turn 1, and he backs out of it in the end, so he knows his fight is done on that occasion. And will Gregors fight back at all or not? He won't, and he can't anyway. As Skullkiller now makes his way up into 4th place, and can he now push up to the back of the McLaren of Molly, as their tyres will start to go off. And we're on lap 23, and we still don't know who's going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix here in Division 3. It's a
I'll check if any of the top 5 have any warnings. Hang on.
5-way
Just has
battle.
none. Colden has 2 warnings.
They will not want to pick up
Molly
a
has
penalty.
none. Skullkiller has 1. Gregors has 2. So Colden and Gregors have 2 warnings. Everyone else has none or 1.
Yeah, they don't want to pick up a penalty at this stage. Not long to go, but 1 penalty is going to be crucial to their race. This is the closest Colden has been the entire time.
Oh, as Skullkiller as well is close to Molly.
As you say that, yes. Here he goes, and he's going to have a go here. As Colden is going to have a look, but he isn't. Skullkiller goes down the inside at turn 1. Is he going to take 3rd place away? Gives Molly the squeeze down towards turn 2, and Skullkiller takes the place. And now they're going to go side by side as Molly gets the better exit out of turn 3. Skullkiller's going to try and go right around the outside at turn 4. Is he going to make it stick? You know what? He has made it stick, and he has made his way up
Fairly
into
good move as well.
3rd place from 11th place on the grid. And he is on his way on a charge for this race win.
Yep. Well, he can sniff it. He can sense it.
He certainly can. And it is... Wow, yeah, these hard tyres are just starting to work for Skullkiller at the moment. As Gregors eventually let him go. And now Molly's tyres start maybe just starting to go off, which might mean Colden's tyres will start to go off. As you can see, 8 places gained from Skullkiller. Is he the favourite to go and win this race? But track position is king at the moment, and Jester is proven that for that to be the case, as he is still ahead. Colden's close to him, but doesn't have the ERS.
Top 3 have no ERS to their names.
No one has ERS, and there's still 5 drivers in this fight for the race win. And there's battles for minor placings in the points. As Gregors picks up a time penalty.
It won't punish him that much. He'll still be a P5. but this will probably keep his chances of getting a podium.
There's Colden's going, so there's a yellow
There's
flag, and that's
Baggy
Baggy
Fan.
Fan. Just ahead of this train as a flying. They haven't really actually caught up to a flying lemon yet. Interestingly enough, but Colden, I think, is just gonna. Or is he gonna miss out? Yeah, I think he's just nabbed the DRS once again. The Skull Killer hits the apex nicely and is putting Colden under huge pressure here.
Well,
Colden has
Colden's
the
only
DRS.
one warning away from getting a penalty himself, so Skullkiller keeps putting the pressure on. Colden could be forced into an error that he doesn't want to make.
It is unbelievable that 5 drivers at the moment are still in this. As that is Cowan who's gone off. And he has got no front wing at all, so that is going to be no points for Cowan.
Yeah, that's a shame. He did
And,
extremely well on quali.
Looks like Moldy's going to be under pressure here, actually, because he hasn't got DRS by looks of it. But first, we're going to look on board with Skull Killer. He's getting close. Colden getting close, but not close enough. Is Gregor's going to have a go? He hasn't got much DRS himself.
If Skullkiller wants to even have a chance at this win, he has to get past Colden as soon as possible. This could be his chance going into turn 4.
Don't have a lunge there. Oh, it's going to be close. Colden leaves in the room, and Colden is almost
Fair play
says,
to Colden
"Here you
in the
go."
room. Yeah,
Colden's almost
fair play
waved
to
him
Skullkiller.
by.
He is. This could go down to the wire between him and Jester.
Skull Killer makes another move up into second place now, and there wasn't really that much defence from Colden. He kind of just let him go, and Skull Killer is really on the offensive now.
Yeah. Skullkiller's honestly pushing. He has nothing to lose. It's always the best feeling when you win the opening race of a season.
He can smell the fumes off Jester's gearbox. He can almost taste the champagne delivered for first place, as that's slightly off at turn 1. The Skull Killer has made his way patiently at the start.
He's even closer to what Colden could get to Jester. This is going to be maybe
a little bit wide.
Yeah, he has a bit of a wheel spin.
Here we go then. Round 1, lap 27, 3 laps to go in this race. Skull Killer gaining, and Jester goes defensive as Skull Killer just waits, makes Jester go deep. Now he should have the better run as Moldy and Gregors go side by side in the background, and the Gregors just loses out in the end. Jester goes defensive, and this time Skull Killer has to stay behind as he pushes Jester through, and Jester is placing his car in the right place at the moment to stay ahead. And will Jester take another victory, or will Skull Killer take his first on his first official outing in Division 3? Jester has only won once before, but he's racing like he's won 15 races at this point, as he is still ahead for a
definitely
long,
fall back
long
on this
time.
grid.
Yeah, Gregor's
Scott
lost
has had
out
a
somewhere.
spin again.
He looks spun at turn 12 again. And yeah, that was.
To be fair to Colden, though, he is coming back at Skullkiller, but
He is at the moment, as Moldy's coming back at Colden, so the fight for the podium is not on, is still on. So yeah, this is going to be close still. Skullkiller as close as really has ever been. Jester already going defensive, and here comes Skullkiller then onto the penultimate lap of this race. Jester goes all the way to the pit wall. Skullkiller is now going to go and try and go right round the outside. Jester goes down the inside, he's all over the curb, but Skullkiller's gone right round the outside, and Jester's got spun, and Jester is off, and his defence of first place has gone just like that, and Skullkiller
his podium chance has gone as well.
Of the Bahrain Grand Prix here in Division 3. Jester has fought the whole way through, and it's just...
He should most certainly get 4th because of Gregor's penalty if he doesn't get past Gregor's.
One battle too many for Jester in the end. He could still get 4th if he can keep the tyres in check, but he would have definitely wanted the race win, or at least a podium there. But the podium looks like it's set at the moment, But does Colden and Molly have anything to say, as that is Scott
Counting the
off
what
again?
extra point?
Well, it's still in the point at the moment. But we still have a lap and a sector to go here, and Colden is somehow still within DRS range.
He's still finding pace on the 19-lap-old mediums.
He is working wonders.
Hopefully that doesn't mean they're at risk of a puncture, because that'll be devastating if they go last lap.
Here we go then, on to the final lap of this race. It's been enthralling to watch. Colden within DRS range. There's a Skull Killer. Is still ahead for now, and he has one more DRS, or he has 2 more goes, and it looks to be too far back as they're catching up to a flying lemon, but I don't think they're going to make it in the end. Colden does have DRS, but it is Skull Killer who stays ahead for now. Get your driver of the day votes in the chat, and I think it might only be one winner as it currently stands. It has been a patient game for Ferrari. There was a little bit of team orders midway through the race, but ever since the safety car, they have come knocking on the door, galloping towards victory. The prancing horse is, at the moment, going to be on top once again here in Division 3. It has been an entertaining race from start to finish. And ever since that safety car, as there has been an off for Baggy Fan as he gets out of the way, from start to finish, it has been one to watch. Colden's still giving it absolutely everything on this final lap. But it is going to be Ferrari's day under the lights in Bahrain. A Skull Killer will come up towards the line, and he will win the opening race here in Division 3. Colden will come home to take second place, and Moley will round out the podium. Gregors will cross the line in 4th, but Jester will take that position off him. So Gregors will drop down to 5th. Bunny will be next to cross the line. He holds on for 6th place ahead of Maxwell, who finishes 7th. Then comes Neelix. Gareth somehow in the end finishes in the points from being backwards and being basically plumb last. Geddes will take the final points paying position in the end as Baggy Fan and Scott finish a lap down. Cowan will take the fastest lap, but it is all about one man and one man only, and that is Skull Killer.
Have definitely pulled the master strategy.
That was, what did you think of that?
I know, it was absolutely amazing. Skull Killer pulled everything right out of his own. I was thinking Gregors should have let him past earlier, but it didn't really cost him too much time. So no mistake there in the Ferrari garage.
And it is a Forza Ferrari. In Bahrain.
Only one of our driver of both our positions are in the top 3.
I do hate to say it, but I did say that we would jinx Charlie and Nick. Well, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that aggressive, but yeah, it's obviously quite devastating for Charlie, really, because you don't really know. Well, we don't know what would have happened because obviously the people's tyres went off at the end. I still think he would have got in the top 6.
It would have been interesting to see what he would have done with the softs, to be honest.
He would have definitely got in the top 6 because there was a big gap there, but we'll see. But yeah, it looks like I don't know. Skull Killer driver of the day. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like mostly Skull.
Yeah, looks like it. Skull Killer and Bunny
I've
receiving
seen
votes.
4 votes of Skull so far.
It's like 4 to Skull Killer, 2 to Bunny, but yeah, obviously Bunny. It was a good race from the back after being forced to the back. After readying up, he was the one who readied up early. clearly. So yeah, but we'll get Skull Killer, Colden, and Molly into the party. If you could invite them all in for me, please.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gonna be a season to keep an eye on. If we still have 5-car battles for the race win, then I'm here for it. But yeah, we'll just wait on the geezer himself to join. So if you want to do...
Hello?
If you want to do third place legend, and then I'll do second and first.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll wait for Colden to
I invite him again.
get in here. There he is. Make sure you've all ticked your box in the party, and then yeah, legend, you can get underway with Molly.
All right. We'll go and talk to P3, which is Molly. Talk about what your race was like from your perspective through qualifying and the race itself.
Qualifying was quite nice actually. Just messed up the final run there by running wides, which probably cost me P2, but I'll take P4. I never normally tend to qualify high, so I was quite happy with that one there. Race just followed Colden for the entire thing, trying to have him pull me along, just open to undercut, and then of course the safety car messed that one up, so I had to ice skate at the end there to keep the tyres going.
You also had some very good battles. Back to the safety car, like you obviously pitted the lap before, I think for lap before. Were you debating going back in, or were you just committed?
There was no point going back in. It was 2 laps before the safety car came out, so two lap pressure tyres would have made no real difference in the end. Skull Killer would have still got me, and yeah, it would have just been the same outcome really.
Fair enough, mate. Well, good luck. Well done on your P3.
Thank you.
So then on to P2, and it is the main man himself, SLR Colden. Yeah, I mean it was a very close race throughout the whole time, and then the you obviously pitted early, and then the safety car came, and then you fought the whole way through trying to catch up to Jester, and then eventually it was Skull Killer who got past you, and you couldn't fight back. But how do you think that was for you, Colden?
I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm not. I like a lot of people don't like this new game. I'm not a fan of it at all, and I'm just over the moon with that P2. Didn't expect that at all. I was be happy with a top 10 today. So yeah, unlucky to a couple of lads in front who spun out in front of me. Great racing with Moley. He was always up behind me, so it was pressure, and then there was times my tyres felt like they came back to me and I could go quicker, and then I felt I can get Jester, but I couldn't hold off Skull Killer. He was on the better tyres, so it was sort of like yeed the place to sort of just go on, then off you go. There's no point fighting him, and I was just happy to take the P2. Yeah, I'm very, very, very happy.
Yeah, I think you done well. Got another podium in Bahrain, of course.
Yeah,
So,
I do seem to like it. I do seem to like Bahrain, and then I think we've got China next, isn't it? I do like that track as well, so hopefully we can build on this. I just want to say thanks to Lofty from my engineer, telling me when to pit and when to stay out. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I could have done it.
Yeah, well, I have to say I wasn't surprised this time that you were so high up. So you'll be pleased. But well done on the P2, mate, and hopefully
thank you very much.
More to come. And for our winner, and for the first time in the first race, Skullkiller, you are our winner. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I never expected to win. I was expecting to come fifth, to be honest.
And well, I think your team principal must be he must be proud of you.
Yes. I don't know what to say. I didn't expect the P1. I didn't expect the hards to have that much pace in them.
But yeah, I think obviously you waited your time and overtook everyone in the end in that train. But yeah, I think it'll probably sink in a bit more once you realise that you've managed to pull it off. But yeah, I think it was a good way to start, and I have to say it was some great overtakes in there as well.
Cheers.
So yeah, what do you think you can do this season?
Hopefully win drivers, but my main target is to try and win constructors.
Yeah, I think obviously, well, with the drivers, you started off the right way. So yeah, well done on the win, and hopefully we'll see you in the podium interviews a lot more.
Thanks.
But that'll be that for our entertainment for this Saturday. We'll have one more race at Bahrain, and that will be the McEwen division, and that will be at 7 p.m. BSC tomorrow. And hopefully that will be an entertaining race. I believe that will be Sem and Hypers, I think, on comms for that one. But yeah, be sure to tune in for that one. That'll be all from us. And it is Ferrari on top here in Division 3. Good night.